Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda and I'm here with my brother Eric.
How's it going, everybody? We are here with season 6 of Friends, just kicking it off really with our podcast last week, or earlier this week, I guess I should say, and hopefully when these things are coming out, everybody is surviving the storm that has rocked through our country. A lot of people dealing with ridiculously cold and a lot of snow. And as we record this, no snow yet at my place, but I know it's coming. And it is cold. It is like negative 14 outside.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's 8 degrees here in New Hampshire for me. But the thing that's been stunning is it seems like just this like nationwide threat. The storm is just, it knows no bounds. I mean, unless you're on the West Coast enjoying the California weather, it seems like it is just really widespread. And whether it's snow or ice or just any craziness, it is impacting a lot of people. And really grateful to have a warm home to be in right now because it is really cold.
Yes, I have some friends down in Texas right now, and they are still like getting ready for and I'm like, you don't typically see that, but
no,
they're not expecting nearly as much as we are, but like I think the last projection said that where I am in Ohio, I'm supposed to get like 14 inches of snow. That's crazy. That's a lot of snow.
Considering that people still up here in New England freak out about storms, and we are very used to it. It happens every single year, and people still don't know how to drive. I can only imagine what it's like living in a southern state where it is just, there's no preparedness at all.
If you're in Texas and they get like 1 inch of snow, like genuinely a full inch of snow, that's crazy. And they are some spots are supposed to get more than that through the South. So we'll see what shakes out when this whole thing is over. But hopefully everybody is out there staying warm. And hopefully you don't have to go anywhere. And you can just sit at home and flip on this podcast. And by the time you hear this, storm's already over probably. So there you go.
I will hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Let's hope so. Well, thank you for listening in with us. We're so glad to have you. And just as a quick reminder of where we left things off, we had Rachel and Ross discovering that they were married and dealing with that. Ross also deciding not to tell Rachel that the divorce or the annulment is not finalized. We had Chandler and Monica deciding to move in together instead of getting married right away. And also Phoebe and Joey having a road trip back home. But we left things off really at the end here with Phoebe still reminding Ross of his love for Rachel.
That is true. And Phoebe ends up being the catalyst for this whole thing, doesn't she?
That's right, yeah.
So we kick things off today here with season 6, episode 3. This is the one with Ross's denial. And in this one, we have Joey putting out an ad for a female roommate, non-smoker, non-ugly. We also have Rachel looking for an apartment where Ross comes to save the day. And Chandler and Monica arguing over what to do with the guest room / game room / we don't have to make this decision right now.
The beautiful guest room.
At Grandma's house.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I mean
this is crazy.
We can talk about that here for a moment. The debate here between what to do with the room and how Monica doesn't want to make it a game room. Fine. As Chandler, you can get on board with that. That's fine. But when he then suggests to bring a Barca lounger over, and she's like, no.
Yeah,
that's the line. That's too far.
Yeah,
like to me,
it's too much.
That's the break point that sets this whole thing in motion. Like, you've got to let him bring the chair over.
You're and I know, like, home.
Eventually, that happens. But like the idea of saying, it doesn't match any of my stuff. So Chandler comes back with, so it's just all your stuff and none of my stuff, and that's how it's going to be. And she's like, yeah, that's what I said. That is what you said.
Yeah.
Like that is what you implied here, though, Monica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough for her to relinquish any of that control. And I think it's always been obvious that everyone up until this point who's lived there is just moving into Monica's place. It's not sharing a home together. And I think that is really just an adjustment that she's getting used to. And it's just taking some time for that to sink in.
Like,
and
it's got to sink in. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not even getting used to it because you haven't had time to actually live together. You're not living together yet. But the idea that he's going to be able to bring some of his stuff over.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be the whole house, but you've got to let him have some of his things.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And the idea of this room that is set aside from everything, it's not even like this game room is going to be in the middle of their place. It is in a separate Rachel's old room. And Monica, like, being so set on it being this guest room, because Chandler does have a great point here. It's like all of their friends live about 30 seconds away. Who is going into this beautiful guest room? It's just, it's basically wasted space at that point. But yeah,
well,
so
listen,
it's just silliness.
we had a guest room at our house for a long time.
Yep.
And then it became one of those things where it's like, who's coming here?
Right.
Usually, if we're like going somewhere, we're the ones going on the road, you know?
Yeah.
Now, if we were always the ones hosting, that would be different. But we are rarely hosting anybody.
Yeah.
So it's not that big a deal.
Right.
Like, we're good. We don't need the guest room. So we converted into kids' rooms is what we did, really.
So I also really appreciate Phoebe's reaction to all of this, because I feel like there is this subtle, well, or maybe not so subtle undertone of Phoebe just also enjoys living alone, and she doesn't want to necessarily offer up her space for like Rachel to move in, because they're all having to kind of figure out, okay, well, where's Rachel going to be living? What's happening with Joey's extra space? And, you know, Phoebe's reaction of like, well, what about Denise? Denise! And she's just made up this fictional character who is her roommate. And because, yeah, that's really, to me, what that's about, is she's not wanting to necessarily right away offer her space to Rachel, which does end up happening later in the series. But, yeah, and then Joey, though, he does open up his apartment saying, hey, Rachel can move in with him, and they have Naked Thursdays, just like Chandler saying.
I like
Naked
Chandler.
Thursday was
Naked
just
Thursdays. That's right. I thought that was our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Denise story section of this whole thing is bizarre. Part of me wanted them to actually show Denise at some point.
Yeah, there's no Denise.
That never happens.
No.
You know, I would have loved to have her just show up at the coffee shop one day.
Like she is a real person.
Like, oh, there she is. There. Or just have like Phoebe wave across the street like, hey, Denise. And like have someone wave back. Like that would be all you needed. But at the same time, it is funny that you never see her, and she only brings her up when it's important to keep people out of her apartment. Yeah.
Yeah. And, but we also have Joey, who is trying to, he was posting an ad so that a 19-year-old girl will move in with him. Oh my God.
Such a good ad.
Not just a hat rack, my friend. Non-smoker, non-ugly. Oh, Joey. Joey. This is bad.
What would be better than getting rid of a roommate who's a guy who isn't 19 than a girl who is 19? I mean, as a fair point, Joey.
Yeah. This whole roommate, So what stuck out to me also when Rachel was kind of freaking out to Ross saying that she was about to be homeless. And it's like, Joey did offer, I mean, okay, he made the joke about Naked Thursdays. This is Joey, though. He is your real friend. And you're not about to be homeless. Like, that's
and like, listen.
Monica wouldn't actually kick you out of the street.
Yes. Yes. You're going to stay at Monica and Chandler's until you find a place. Like, this idea of just, like, being thrown out by Monica and, like, living on the road. No. That's
never
crazy.
Gonna happen. So it is just insane. But yeah, I also feel like I love that Chandler and Monica's biggest issue here is too much space in a New York City apartment. It's like an extra room that they actually need to figure out what to do with it. It's like, guys,
nobody in New York has an extra room.
No one has an extra space, and then that's their problem, that they can't figure out what to do with it. I mean, this is very bizarre. And
I mean, it's I think the idea of showcasing Monica does not want to relinquish control of her apartment to share is important. I think that is the important, like, story piece that gets put in place, because that feels like a real argument that would happen with Monica and Chandler, specifically because of who Monica is and her character and what we've seen with that apartment, even with Rachel trying to bring in a lamp every now and then. Like, none of the things are Rachel's. These are all Monica's things. I know they're, like, packing up and dividing. They're not dividing anything. Monica's giving her, like, a magnet in the next episode. It's not a lot.
Did we already have that line from Chandler where he says, like, so you're just making all the decisions now and I'm just sitting here? And she's like, yeah, pretty much. Did that already happen, or is that still coming up?
I don't recall that from these two episodes.
Okay. I thought that, and it's like, okay.
It might have.
So you're just,
but that's, you're going to need to give me more than that. I can't pull that from where that would have been said. Nope. We're now diving deep into the interwebs to try and find something.
It just always
this is Chandler saying, you're just going to make all the decisions now?
Yeah, and Monica just saying, well, yeah, that's pretty much how this is going to work now. And he's like, okay. And it's just,
I mean, I don't think that happened in these two episodes. I think that happens in the future.
Okay, I will find it and I will report back. It
happened a while ago.
No.
Or it happened a while ago.
Maybe it happened recently. I'm not getting the line exactly right, though, so it's a little bit.
Well, that makes it difficult to find.
That would, but it's basically, but it just always kind of annoyed me because I'm like, okay, because he also wants her to, like, fix all the issues too. So it's kind of like, well, you can't have it both ways. It's like, well, I guess you're either relinquishing control or what.
No, he's definitely going to want to relinquish. He's not going to be the super aggressive, hold on to control guy anyway.
No.
That's not his type of, that's not his character.
And that wouldn't work if it was between them.
And so it makes sense that Monica would be able to, make a lot of the calls. That's fine. And I think Chandler's okay with that. But I think the idea that he gets nothing is not okay.
No.
And Monica didn't say he gets nothing, but it was kind of implied that way. And so that's the thing. Also, Monica says, well, you want to bring the Barca Lounger over? It's ugly. It's a leather chair. What's so bad about that?
Yeah.
I don't think it's ugly. Do you think it's ugly? Is it ugly?
I don't. I mean, it's not cute, but it's not like it's not like disgusting. It's not like falling apart. It's a nice piece of furniture. And I think
it would ruin the ambiance at Grandma's place because it doesn't matter because she doesn't have leather furniture.
Yeah, no, see, I think that, and I'm not someone who likes things to be like terribly matchy anyway, but like like having that piece in with Monica's stuff, to me, it looks good. So I think that it works when it does end up inevitably coming over to the apartment. So, and it looks really comfortable. I'm all about the comfort. So I think
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. But yeah.
I should get a Barca lounger from my house.
Okay, and is that a real term for a chair?
Barca lounger?
Yeah, I've just never heard that until, like, I know recliner and lazy boy. Is that kind of the same?
So Lazy Boy is a brand.
Yeah.
As someone who used to work in the furniture industry, because I did for a few years there, there are pieces of furniture I think referred to as, like, I think Barca lounger is a different type of, like,
it's actually a brand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, similar to Lazy Boy. Oh, Barca lounger.
Yeah.
I think I was always in my mind saying Barker lounger, like Barker.
No, it's like Barca, right?
Caloungger, like one word, Barca lounger. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Learning new things.
That's what I was trying to get to. I'm glad you were able to, but like, it's like a Lazy Boy.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't have any issues with that. Plus, they come in all different styles.
I mean, it's just a recliner.
Hey.
There's nothing.
No.
We're getting one. I'm getting one.
That's it. Tina,
we don't need to get it.
Yeah.
Tina will get on board. That being said, let's talk about, like, what do you make out of Ross here? Trying to save the day by offering up the apartment and then running back and forth because Chandler and Monica are now fighting, and now he's got to go over there and fix their argument just so Rachel is boxed in to moving in with him. It's a very weird sequence to me, and I know I'm kind of like encapsulating half of this episode in a sentence.
No,
but the idea that Ross offers the apartment and then he has to save the fight so that Rachel can't live there anymore, so that she's forced to live with him.
He is displaying an insane level of manipulation here, and he's trying to, because at first he's thinking, well, if she he first in his own mind is landing on, if she lives with me, that's great. As Phoebe kind of says, oh, you think if she lives with you, she'll eventually fall in love with you. Great. Okay, so he wants her to live with him. And then he's thinking, after talking with Rachel, that, oh, she's going to be dating other people. He's going to have to deal with that. And then they're just going to be like buddies, and it's going to lose all hope. So then he's angling toward, oh, I don't want her living with me. But then Joey comes back around and he's like, well, who do you think she's going to be going to when, like, all of that doesn't work out with the other guys, and she's going to need someone's shoulder to cry on? You, and you don't want that, do you? Because Joey doesn't realize what's going on in Ross's mind about having feelings for Rachel still. So he keeps going round and around and around, and not only I mean, first of all, Ross, you can't really control a situation if you don't even know what's right in your own mind. He keeps getting pulled around, and it's just insanity. Ross is
it's really quite really something bad, and I mean, Joey does though offer up the obvious answer to this whole situation twice, which is, Rachel, just move in with Joey.
Yes, which really does make the most sense. He's right across the hall.
I mean,
like, just move your stuff across the hall.
Yeah, it makes the most sense, especially in a short-term scenario. Mm-hmm. It makes the most sense for Rachel to eventually get her own place.
Right. Yeah.
But for the moment, like, to give Chandler and Monica their place and for you to move out, it would be very easy to move into Joey's place and just call it a day.
Yeah.
But Joey shoots himself in the foot over and over again with this option as well. And it's like, yeah. But
just forget about naked Thursdays. How about Wednesdays?
Yeah. Thursday is obviously not good for you. What day of the week do you want to do?
I mean,
yeah.
I really feel like Joey, though, is a really good friend in this episode. He's, aside from his whole wanting a 19-year-old to move in with him, we'll just cut that right out. My God, Joey.
Listen, I think that's funny. Like Joey's the only one who can get away with that.
Yeah, well.
Right? Yeah. If Ross put that ad out, he's living by himself, people would freak out.
Yeah, somehow it's still silly and funny with Joey. Yeah.
Chandler were to put that ad out, it doesn't work. Joey puts that ad out, it's funny.
Yeah. Oh my
and
God.
It is funny. Yeah. Especially when then Rachel stumbles upon it. It's like, look at these creeps out here. Female roommate, non-smoker, non-ugly. Ugh.
Yeah.
And it's like, there you go.
So I do enjoy Ross's running around, though, and when he's going over to Monica and Chandler when they're having this fight about not wanting to live together, and he's saying, is this really over a room? Because this is a really logical, like a good big brother moment where he's going to her and trying, and a good friend moment to Chandler too. It's like, guys, this is so silly, enough of all the silliness. And then he leaves. A verbal contract is binding in the state of New York. And then he runs out.
Yeah. Like, getting them back together, good big brother move.
His intentions.
Then going back over and his intentions are terrible. But it's a good move. Yeah. Going back over and then trying to, like, break them up, that's a bad move.
Oh my gosh, that moment, though, is so funny where he's like, but if that's what you want to do.
Because he knows that we enjoy the silliness.
There's nothing I can do. Don't do it. And then he slams the door. Yeah, Ross is absolutely nuts and becoming more and more bipolar as the season progresses. Not to use that term flippantly. I realize that there actually are people definitely struggling with bipolar. I would say maybe Ross is more
he's acting like a cartoon character is what he's doing.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's just absolute unhinged insanity. He cannot, again, I say this, I feel like every episode, and you guys know at this point that I think he's absolutely hilarious, but he is so unhinged and just, you never know what to expect. As the friends point out, back in the one where they all find out, and no one wanted to tell Ross because they're like, well, we didn't know how you were going to react. You didn't know how I was going to react?
Yeah.
I mean, we still have not left that part of Ross, and we won't for a while.
No, this is one of those episodes where I just don't know how I really feel about Ross. Some days I find it funny. Some days it's like that was cringy, and it all kind of depends on how I feel when I'm watching the episode.
Yeah,
and so here we are.
I do also I enjoy Rachel really trying to have very direct and very logical conversations with Ross throughout all of this, because we all know she still doesn't know that they're married. And so that's the underlying tone to the whole thing too. And it's like, she's also pointing out to him, like, Ross, wouldn't it be weird living together? Because after, like, she's almost moving in, but then doesn't, because she finds out that Chandler and Monica aren't going to be moving in. So she thinks either way. When all of that happens, I think it kind of clicks to Rachel that, listen, Ross, maybe this isn't a great idea. It would be weird. We've been together. And she's like, and you and I are eventually going to start dating. I love that line because he looks at her and he's like, oh, we are? And she's like, well, yeah, you're going to be seeing someone. I'm going to be seeing someone. And he's like, oh, yeah, that. She's really trying to come from a very logical, smart.
She's being very honest about everything.
About it.
Yes.
And you just feel so bad. And I kind of struggle a little bit with Phoebe knowing and not telling her, kind of girl code here, but she's been put in a very awkward position. And the right thing is for Ross to tell her. So I really can't hold that over Phoebe's head too much because it's just bad. This whole thing is bad.
Yeah.
But Eric, what about Phoebe's song in this episode? Because we haven't had a song from Phoebe in quite some time. And I don't know if you caught that, but It's a little bit of they're all at Central Perk. I found you in my bed. How'd you wind up there? You are a mystery. Little black curly hair. Little black, little black, little black, little black, little black curly hair.
Listen. I
love this one.
Love Phoebe's songs. I love Phoebe's songs. This one might be the most like bizarre of all the topics that she covers.
That's a big claim. Most bizarre.
I mean,
that's a hard one to pick.
I think that's right. And it
might be.
It might be. Because it's such
comes out of
weird thing to write. It's out of nowhere.
But all of Phoebe's
everything
songs
else. Well, yes, but all of her other songs are like pointed about something bigger than this. It's such a small, like,
and vivid snapshot
thing to talk about. Although I will say, I still like her song. I still like her song about the shampoo.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, Integrin spelled backwards is Nurgit. That's an early one. But like, listen, I love all of Phoebe's songs. I find them all funny. I think I laugh at every single one of them.
I just realized when I heard it.
It's one of the best things that Phoebe does.
I had to share that because I'm like, man, it's been a little while since we've had a Phoebe song.
It has been a minute since we've had a song.
That.
And I actually didn't write it down in my notes as we were going. But that is, it has been a while. And that one is lower on the list of songs for me. And maybe that's why I think it's bizarre. They're all bizarre, but like that one just is not high up on the list. I think I
also enjoy that at the end of the song, she said she hands out a little list and she says, if you sign up for my email list, you can please give me money so I can buy a computer.
Right. And we go now to season 6, episode 4. This is the one where Joey loses his insurance. And in this one, Joey's got to find more work so he can get his insurance back. Ross becomes a guest lecturer at NYU. And Phoebe is waiting for death. And with that, I feel like this episode is the pivot on Friends.
Pivot.
Yeah, there you go. It is the pivot point to where we are no longer talking specifically about Ross and Rachel and their engagement, or not engagement, their marriage / annulment. Mm-hmm. We are not really worried about the apartment anymore. We're into just other stories.
Yes.
Now, those things all play into the big picture of Friends, but I feel like we're starting to shift and see more traditional Friends storylines, like just in a bucket. You know what I mean? Like they're in this episode and then it's over, as opposed to like weaving their way through the first 3 episodes. I feel like the first 3 episodes of the season were almost one giant episode.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we start moving away from that here.
I agree. I do like where this episode kicks off because we still are like in that mindset a bit where Ross is also saying to Phoebe, because Phoebe, as we've been saying, is still the only one who knows about his marriage to Rachel still. And he's looking at her and he's like, oh, I know what this is. You're in love with Rachel. Yeah. You want her. Yeah. That's why you're obsessed with this. It's like, Ross, oh my God. Like, this episode
love this.
is a new level of Ross's insanity. Between this and then his fake accent during his lecture is like, Ross is just cuckoo bananas. Cuckoo bananas.
True, but The idea that we've gone 3 episodes of Phoebe like just jabbing Ross about how much he loves Rachel still, and then out of nowhere he just flips the whole thing around like, no, it's because you love Rachel. Oh my God.
So
like, that's
weird.
So good.
It's like, Ross, you are just
So
so
good.
deep in denial because, she just keeps
Yeah.
saying, love her. I couldn't be more convinced of your love. And he's just so tired of hearing it that now this is the conclusion that he has come to. It is just...
And she tries to dig herself out, and then he gets a cell phone call. He's like, oh, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Like, the idea that she can't even defend it is really fun. I think the way they wrote that leaves opportunity. It kind of gives Ross some breathing room from Phoebe. It like kind of gets her off his back for a second.
But then...
While the rest of the stuff continues.
And I think because of that, then Phoebe's like, are you kidding me, man? Because then what does she do? But she actually says to the whole friends group, like, oh yeah, you and Ross are still married, out loud to Rachel. And then quickly she's like, oh, just kidding. Saved your ass.
Like, brutal.
Yeah.
Because if I'm Ross and I'm spiraling, and now Phoebe has laid that out there, now you almost, and then she backs it up. To me, if I'm Ross, it becomes now like I have to continue this facade for even longer because I can't just flip it out now, because now it looks like Phoebe, is throwing me under the bus. So now I've got to keep this thing going.
You cannot win in this situation, Ross. You have.
It's become a lose across the board.
It is just, yeah. Oh, I love that. I don't think I mentioned it, but in the last episode, I love where because they're sitting on the couch and Ross says to Phoebe, "You're gonna say stuff now, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Because he knows it's coming.
There's all sorts of little scenes between the two of them that are great.
It's like, but it's just so bad. I mean, Rachel just, she just thinks Phoebe's being Phoebe here, doesn't take it seriously at all.
Yeah.
And they move on, and Ross is trying, but then we also have, I just am kind of going with the whole Ross theme here, where he's wanting to try out this lecture on his friends at Central Perk. This is so weird. Does he really think he's going to sit there with his cue cards and run through an entire collegiate lecture to his friends?
But I hope not. But I understand the idea of wanting to practice.
Yeah.
If you've never done a lot of public speaking and you want to run through it, you got to practice.
Maybe to Chandler.
That's fine.
Or
Monica, in your apartment.
Yeah.
Maybe not in public.
Right.
But boy, it is the worst.
And then
he's so bad.
And
it's unbelievable that he would even consider the idea of doing a guest lecture.
And I don't believe that Ross would be this bad, even in rehearsal. This is very weird. It doesn't make sense.
This is so out of character for him.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I understand that people, how do I want to phrase this? I teach, I speak in front of a classroom of kids all the time. Okay. I have other coworkers of mine who speak in front of classrooms of kids all the time. I have no problem standing in front of all of my peers and talking to a room full of adults with no issues whatsoever about what we should or shouldn't be doing. So many people that I work with, though, can't do it.
It's a common fear.
They speak, but they can. Yeah. But these are people who speak in public in front of much younger demographics for a living. But yet, when they are forced or asked to speak in front of peers, it changes the entire game. And there are people that have a really hard time with that, even if they are public speaking regularly, which I find very interesting. Now, I don't have an issue. I can't imagine. Like, Ross feels like a guy who would be able to speak in front of people.
Well,
so that's why this storyline doesn't quite connect to me.
And because it's something, because to me, it's also about your confidence level in the subject matter that you're talking about, right? Like, if you know it really well, then that is it. It's going to be a lot easier to just hold the conversation, regardless of who you're in front of, if you're a bit more nervous about the material. So this is something, it's based on a paper about
that
sediment flow rate that apparently went over really well, and that's what they want him to lecture on. But it's I guess, his first lecture.
But it's his paper.
He's nervous.
It's his paper.
Yeah. I think sometimes the nerves just can get the best of you, though. I mean, but...
Well, and I will say it's definitely a thing where speaking in front of peers, too, is notably different.
Sure.
Now, he's speaking in front of students, but they're adult students.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're younger than him, but, like, he should... it's... I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
feels like something that he would be able to do.
I think too, he hasn't done it before. So every time you do something for the first time, you have to kind of get over that hump, and then you gain some type of muscle memory for it, and then it becomes more natural. And so he's probably also just overthinking it. I know I do that all the time with like especially first things, the first time around. It's like overthinking the process and how it's going to work. It's just more in my head than.
And whether or not I feel like Ross would have been a guy that could speak in front of people.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
First of all, all these people are actors.
Yeah.
They all should be able to do that. But his character feels like a guy that should be able to do that. That being said, I think this story rings very true for a lot of people.
100%.
Is also what I want to get to.
Yes.
Like, this absolutely
it's very
hits
relatable.
Very relatable for many people. Probably more so than others. Like, I don't relate to it as well, but a lot of people do.
And I think you could also argue, like, he's been working at a museum for all this time. Like, he's used to... the research side and just being maybe, actually, it's not very clear. Is he in a lab most of the day, or?
It's unclear as to his standing, but I do think
museum, he wouldn't be in a lab. I don't know.
This idea, again, which then is later mimicked in How I Met Your Mother, but the idea of him being in his profession, and then transitioning to teaching as a professor, I think is a much smarter play for Ross. It is a better career for his character, and it's a more clearly defined career, and you could do more with it on the show, I think, as a professor than you can as a, dinosaur dude.
Like, we know he works at a museum, but now that I'm thinking, it's very unclear what he was doing at the museum.
I mean, he fixes displays as far as what we've been able to see.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen so far is
But he's also publishing papers. He's been to China.
Yeah.
Like, he's done all sorts of random stuff. I don't think he's a paleontologist.
Yeah, that's really all we have. If we have any paleontologists listening in, we'd love to hear from you. What's that like?
There you go.
So, it's just, I love Phoebe's reaction to Ross's lecture, though, too. Oh, this is it. This is what's going to kill me.
And the way he's reading it, yes, this will be the thing that kills you. It is rough. It is bad. And then I do like Joey being like, well, what's on those cards, man? Like, and he's like, oh, I've never seen anybody stare at a paper so hard that doesn't have naked ladies on.
Are there naked chicks on that piece of paper?
He's like, oh, I gotcha. And he starts doing the
oh, that's even worse.
Like forced eye contact. No. And it's so bad.
Ross doing him darting his eyes around like that reminds me of his sound where he's,
yes, that's exactly what it was. But at the same time, I know the idea of like relying on the index cards and having to look up and then go back to the card. Like, you've got to know the material better than reading the cards. Otherwise, you can't have eye contact. If you have no eye contact, you got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. He has to trust that he knows the material. And, but Rachel and Monica appearing at Ross's lecture to find him doing the British accent. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, it's so bad. He's like, he was nervous. He just opened his mouth and the accent just kind of came out. And then Monica introducing herself with the Irish accent and Rachel as the Indian accent. I'm like, oh God, it is a pretty funny bit when they start like prank calling him too. Yeah. They're calling him from the fake accent university.
Yes, of course. It is what it is. I do think that sometimes doing something different will help, and that's good, and that rings true. I think the accent bit is funny. I think Monica and Rachel going into the accents is a little over the top.
Well, it's not helping the situation, that's for sure.
It is not.
It's so bad. And, Rachel, though, telling Ross to just phase out the accent. No one's listening to you anyway. It's like, oh, well, that says a lot about you, Rachel. I think everyone does notice immediately when he tries to phase it out. The whole classroom is like, what's happening?
Yeah, the better advice would have been just go in and don't have an accent and own the idea that you like. I didn't have an accent. What are you talking about? This is how I speak. That's what I would do.
Deep into that never
just
happened.
Full commit. Full commit. Like are you sure you are listening to me? Like, this is how I speak.
Yeah.
And like, that's just own it.
I did appreciate though where he was trying to be real with them and say, listen, like I was nervous, they're going to come around and ask for you guys to rate the teachers. I'm like, oh God, now he's just asking for like,
don't do that.
Yeah. For a good score.
Don't talk about that.
I'm like, yeah. But he was trying to be just real with them and just lay it all out there. So it's like, all right, that was kind of going well, except when Rachel came in.
I also feel like the phasing out was so bizarre.
It was
like
bad.
when he's like, identify. Like, how is that phasing out an accent? You're just putting weird stresses on syllables.
No, you don't. You cannot phase out an accent, and and it's.
Or you do it over years.
Yeah,
like people who lose their accent don't do it in a day.
No, well, Rachel though, she ends up picking up the phone at Ross's house, and it's the lawyer, and he's saying like, I assume since I haven't heard from him, he decided to give the marriage a try. She's like, what? Ross got married again? No! Realizing, it's to me. And listen, I actually fully support Rachel's. I mean, it's not great for Ross's career here, but Ross, buddy, you brought this on yourself. Her going in and she goes right into the classroom. Ross, are you crazy? I'm still your wife. And you weren't going to tell me, and this is right after the phasing out incident, so this classroom of kids.
Well, hello, Rachel.
Oh, my God.
It goes right back to it.
It is so funny. It's bad. This is horrible. Horrible, but hilarious. Wow.
But I do support the idea of you learned this information, you thought this was done with, you track him down right now. So, yeah, I get it. I totally get that, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and Phoebe does, in the middle of this, also learn that her psychic is actually dead, so I guess she read the cards wrong. I mean, that's really all I had on the Phoebe dying storyline.
I don't need anything about that storyline.
Yeah, it's
that is
very,
whatever.
I don't know what that was, but...
It's more important to talk about the movie that Joey made, Benefits Lapsed.
Oh, my...
He's like, I don't even remember that movie.
Joey. Oh.
But this is a funny story where he suddenly has his benefits lapse.
Yeah.
Then he acquires a hernia immediately. and has to go on all these auditions, and these auditions with him clearly in physical pain are amazing.
Damn you 15s. I love that line. I use that line. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
The idea that he's got to like put his hand like right in his pants to like be like, "Hey Timmy,
no!
I've got a surprise for you."
No.
The casting lady's like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?"
No.
It's so good.
It is
so funny.
So funny.
It's awful.
Yeah.
But so funny.
Well, also the fact that Estelle thought Joey fired her, so she was bad mouthing him all over town. I'm like, and this
whoa. She wasn't bad mouthing him.
Oh.
Somebody's been bad mouthing him all over town.
Oh no. This is like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting.
Although I do like. Do you know that? Okay, so he goes on the audition also for the Purina dog food commercial.
To a bag today.
Point to a bag today. He's like, I'm not getting it, am I? No. The lady who does the audition, do you know who it is?
Wait. Yes. It's Billie Eilish's mom.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Her name is Maggie Baird. And I was like, I know she's somebody. Hold on. I got to look it up. And that's who it is. So that is Billie Eilish's mom, who denies him the Purina dog food commercial.
If anyone is ever in doubt that our phones are just listening to us all the time, because this just popped up on my phone as some type of like meme on Instagram or something. And I'm like, and obviously I had just been watching this episode. So the odds of that happening, that's not a coincidence, people. This is crazy, because I'm looking at this like, oh, I never knew that. And yeah, that popped up. I thought that was so cool. I didn't realize she's been in a couple things, Maggie Baird.
Yeah, so I had seen this a couple months ago. And it was one of those things where I'm like, I got to remember this when the time rolls around. When this comes up, we're going to bring this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Well,
that's like the big impact from this episode, I feel like.
I also enjoyed Joey's logic of saying, like, talking about his hernia, that Chandler needs to point out that is what that is. And Joey's saying, well, it's getting darker and more painful, so that means it's healing, right? I'm like, oh, God.
Right. Well, they've done the outtakes on this one, too, with Joey walking over to the table and putting his coffee down and being like, ah. And he had to do that over and over and over again because, like, Matthew Perry just couldn't keep a straight face during that whole time. Yeah. That's when he's like, hey, can you just get me a whatever? I forget what he asked for.
Oh, the coffee.
And he's like, It's like, you gotta get back up again.
Yeah.
It's like, sit down.
Or maybe a sugar packet.
Let me pay for this surgery. Yeah. Holy moly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I also enjoy the part where Joey looks to Chandler and because Chandler went to the audition with Joey at the end, and he's saying,
as he would, apparently.
Well, he's saying, thanks for helping me take a shower. Now, is that never talking about it again? Yeah. That was good.
I mean, that's the thing. He is. But it is good that he gets the part as dying guy, which he was real excited about. He was very excited. Play dying guy real easy.
Yes.
But then the poor kid won't cry until Matthew Perry, or Chandler rather, I guess, shows the kid the hernia. Then he starts crying. I do like that moment. I feel like Matthew Perry resonated with that moment where it's like, can't get the kids to cry, can't get the kid actors to do what they want and need them to do. Like, just roll the cameras, let's go. Roll. I don't know. I don't know that about him. I did see a thing from David Schwimmer on social media where he was talking about 3 things that Matthew Perry had, like 3 of his secrets that he learned from him. And one of them was that he didn't like kids. Like, he wasn't a big kids person, but there was this one day like in an airport where he went and like just this kid was having a bad day and he just pretended to be Chandler for this kid. And he like picked him up out of nowhere. And then that kind of like changed his course on children at that point. So I don't know where that happened, if it was before or after this scene, but there was definitely something about that. I'll have to go back and get the exact quote at some point. But there was definitely a connection there. And when I saw this, that resonated with me. And I was like, oh, yeah, there you go. Well, I wonder if he connected to this before or after. Don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm just glad that the cat is out of the bag with Rachel and Ross and her.
I don't know how much more you could have done there. How much more could you really do with that?
This has gone on.
We're 4 episodes in.
Too long. So, I mean, Ross is now, he has a new job. They've been back, from Vegas. This has been going on.
She's moving in with him.
Yeah. I mean, the level of deception here is pretty crazy. It's really wild. Yeah, so we will see where things go. Look forward to talking about that.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're going to jump into our IMDb section of the episode where we are talking about our ratings versus your ratings as they are on IMDb. And we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite characters of the episode. I will kick this one off with my least favorite character of these episodes, and it's Phoebe. Phoebe was my favorite in the last ones. She's my least favorite today. I just don't think there was a lot that she brought to the table other than being like accused from Ross of like, hey, you love Rachel, and then her like just blowing the whole case wide open and then immediately shutting it down. There weren't a lot of Phoebe moments that I really liked.
Yeah.
So that just kind of sits with me.
Well, it's funny because I did a similar thing where Ross was my favorite in the last episode that we recorded, and I put him as my least favorite here. I mean, listen, super funny with the accent bit, but so crazy that he still hadn't told Rachel and that she had to find out this way. So he never actually told her. Like, can't stress that enough. Like, he never actually just did the right thing and confessed what happened to Rachel. She had to find out on her own. So it's like, Ross, just don't be this guy. This is so bad.
Listen,
he is that guy.
Ross is crazy through these episodes and insane, and he is super cringy, and that's why he's my favorite character on these episodes.
And it's like, yeah. Oh, is he your favorite? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've got him down as favorite. I mean,
you can look at it in either way. Yeah.
I think that just goes to show exactly how people feel about Ross. It's either he's the guy that you want to watch, or he is the guy that you need to get rid of completely. And he is nowhere in between. He is best or worst, and that's about it. I'm going to put him down as best this time. How about you? Who's your favorite?
So I guess now I'm realizing I didn't even notice until we're talking about it right now. I did a total flip from the last episode because Joey I went with as my favorite. I like the whole hernia bit. It was really funny.
I do too. I really like that storyline. I think that's funny.
Yeah, it's random. It doesn't even need to be there, but it's funny.
No.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories that, again, you could take it out of this episode and it wouldn't matter at all to the arc of the Friends season. But I think it relates in the idea that Joey hasn't done a lot of acting recently, and now he doesn't have benefits. And so there is like a point to him going out and getting jobs that he needs to keep his benefits, and now he can set himself on fire as much as he wants to.
And it's like, but and I like bringing Estelle back in and her comments, but it also got me thinking, did she not give him the Vegas job, I guess? It doesn't really say. It's like, well, how did he get that job? Or even before that, when he had, when his noni came over and he had that bit that he ended up getting cut out of. I don't know. Maybe he was working with other people to get that work. Either way.
Well, and the Vegas job was not actually a job.
Well, right.
And so that's the thing. Like, if he's in Law and Order, but they cut him out of the show, and he's got this movie that never happens,
it's not.
Is he actually getting any work? And I think
know.
the answer to that is no.
But it's like, but the opportunity had to come from somewhere, but I don't know how that works. I mean, maybe I assume that you can also get opportunities outside of through your agency. So maybe it had just been a while. I know we hadn't seen Estelle on the show for some time. So
no, I'm glad she's back in.
Me too. And I also just felt like Joey was being a good friend to both Ross and Rachel, suggesting that Rachel moves in with him and being there for them and kind of trying to talk some sense into Ross as well. So yeah, I went with Joey for my favorite. But my scores for these were a little bit lower than because I went with 8.7 for the two first episodes back into season 6 or into season 6 rather. For this one, I rated.
I'm curious which one you have higher.
Yeah, they're both very close, and I did really like the whole Joey insurance hernia bit, but I actually rated the one with Ross's denial just a fraction higher. I gave that one an 8.3. I think just because I do enjoy, I enjoyed Phoebe's song a lot. But I also just loved the whole, like, Ross going over and talking to Monica and Chandler about the silliness and him just being insane, even though he was I did rate him as my least favorite character. I did like his whole just running around being absolutely nuts. And, just Joey trying to come in with the logic and Phoebe going on and on about how he loves her. I like that one just a fraction higher. I gave the one with Joey, where Joey loses his insurance, an 8.2 though. So very, very close. Cause well,
you and I are again we're again in a similar place.
Really?
I actually went the other direction though. I prefer the episode with the hernia episode and the fake accent university and, all of the like Rachel finding out. I prefer that to the Ross running back and forth and trying to fix the guest room situation. Yeah. So
I could see. Yeah.
But again, they're both on the lower side. I prefer the first and second episodes notably more. So I gave Joey the one where Joey loses his insurance. I gave that an 8.3. I gave Ross's denial an 8.1, which is like you and I are within tenths of a point here.
So we went the lower side of the 8s for these, where we're the higher side of the 8s for the first two for season 6. Yeah. So what are the people?
And so I have the ratings pulled up here, and the fans are with us really on both of these episodes. The fans overall have rated the one where Joey loses his insurance the higher one. I gave it an 8.3. You gave it an 8.2. The fans have given it an 8.3.
Okay.
So there you go. I mean, they're right on line. And then the one with Ross's denial, which the fans have rated lower, I gave an 8.1. You gave an 8.3. They gave it an 8.0.
Okay. Yeah.
So we might be a little high on that.
Yeah.
But not too bad. Or you may be a little higher than most.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's fair. I think those are fair ratings for these episodes.
Oh, well, we never talked about the moment where Joey was holding his breath for 4 minutes at the beginning of the one with Ross's denial.
Okay. Like,
Chandler just comes up and like holds his nose. I feel like, Eric, this is something that we did when we were kids. Look, I'm holding my breath. No, you're not.
Yeah. Like Phoebe, come on. What are you doing
counting
here?
Down the time. Yeah, like
she's like, this is unbelievable.
Oh my god.
And he plugs his nose. What are you trying to kill me? Like, yeah,
Joey.
exactly.
Joey.
You can hold your breath for 5 seconds.
Oh, God.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please check out our socials, our Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, we really appreciate all the support we are seeing there. And these episodes are in their full at our own website at werunonreruns.com. Not to mention, you can find them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your other favorite podcast players. For Amanda, this is Eric. Thank you so much for listening, and enjoy watching episodes 5 and 6 of Season 6 next week. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See ya, pals. Bye, guys.